I've got a sickness, and the only cure is organization and optimal workflow management. Gavin Gear here from ultimatereloader.com. I don't know if it's the fact that I'm an engineer or what, but when I go to work, I have to have my tools at hand's reach. I have to have all of the components and supplies that I'm working with at hand's reach. Otherwise, it drives me crazy. And that's the subject of this video. As you've probably noticed, I use the Inline Fabrication Ultramount system for my sort of universal press mounting solution. I've got the Ultimate Reloader bench system here with these custom hold down clamps. I can move the mounts wherever I want them, and I can flip presses in and out. It's great, but when I mounted the RCBS Pro Checker 5 and the Pro Checker 7, I noticed that once you get the press up off the bench, the sort of front of bench bin bracket mount that comes with the presses don't provide an adequate solution for completed cartridges, for brass, that kind of thing. Enter the Inline Fabrication Sidebin system. What I have here is the Sidebin system for RCBS. It covers multiple presses. It basically is a plate that sandwiches between the press and the bench, or the press and your Ultramount, and it has a die rack. Cool thing about the die rack is this is 7/8 here. It's got a 7/8 compatible hole, which is slightly overbore. But if you're using the Hornady lock and load bushing system, like on the Hornady lock and load AP, or if you've put a bushing conversion kit into a single stage press, they're available with oversized holes as well. Nice detail, I love it. And you've got two acro bin style mounting points here, the bracket for that. So I can slide one over here, and that'll be my completed cartridge bin. And I'm using the other bin for brass. And then on the top, instead of using the die rack, I'm just using it for bullets. Now I've got completed cartridges, brass, and bullets all within a few inches of where I'm working, which is great. This RCBS Pro Checker 7 I have been using, as you've seen on the channel, for 224 Valkyrie loading. What I'll do is I'll either load with new brass, or I will size and deprime on a single stage. Once you take the sizing out of the equation, you actually get really consistent bullet seating depth, and the Uniflow powder major has been working really good for the kind of precision I'm looking for bulk ammo production. For the AR-15 and for the bolt gun, I got a PRS match coming up. I've just started working with these Berger full bore target 80.5 grain bullets. Very good results so far. My first 5-shot group was under a ½ inch, and I had an SD of about 13.5 feet per second, and that was with new brass with the barrel heating up. So I'm confident that this will remain a sub half MOA cartridge, this particular load. And I think with once fired brass precision sized and with consistent barrel temperature, I'm hoping to get that SD down below 10, and that should take me out to 1,000 yards in style. Let me show you a quick demo of my loading setup here with the RCBS Sidebin system and the RCBS Pro Checker 7. What I've got here is CFE 223. I'm loading with Federal 205 primers. I've been using these a lot for all of my AR cartridges. I've got the Berger full bore target 80.5 grain, and in this particular case, I'm using new Starline because I'm still fire forming. I have 1,000 of these, and I'm working through getting those fire formed, and then I'll be probably using once fired, I think, for the PRS match that I'm competing in next week. So I've got the stations full here. Each time we cycle the lever, we get a completed cartridge, which is the absolute beauty of a progressive press. As you can see, I've got everything right here where I need it. The only thing I need on this press is a KMS squared UFO press light, and then I think I would be completely set. So a very streamlined loading experience, great workflow. The obsessive scientist engineer in me is quite happy with this. The efficiency expert gives this an A. Again, I'd have to have the light on here to have an A+, I believe. Or maybe I would add a case feeder and a bullet feeder. For rifle cartridges, I don't feel quite as strongly about that because I'm not loading in the same quantities as with pistol. So as you can see, I'm going to load a lot of rounds in a very short period of time. If you are interested in kind of getting your press set up really well with this inline fabrication system, I'll have a link in the video's description to the article, and I'll have a breakdown of links to the various sidebin systems that are available for different presses. Love the Ultramount, loving the ProChecker 7 for this kind of loading. The ProChecker 5 would be good as well because I don't need the 7 stations here, but I had the press set up with the shell plate ready to go. I love the large capacity Uniflow hopper for these kind of bulk rifle loading sessions. Great, great setup. I'm happy. So there it is, a quick walkthrough of the Inline Fabrication Sidebin system and my current 224 Valkyrie bulk loading setup. I'm going to continue loading this ammo. I'm going to be shooting more groups. I'm shooting the bolt action 224 Valkyrie rifle that you saw me build here on the channel, the Remington 700 in the PRS match. I've just fitted a benchmark muzzle brake to it. It is shooting awesome. I'm absolutely loving it. The Athlon Midas Tac 60-24x50, I threw the sunshade on there. I am pretty much completely dialed in. I have a few things to iron out with bags and whatnot. Again, continually refining and adding that hunting and PRS, rifle shooting gear package. So if you have any tips, if you have particular PRS gear that you like, please drop a comment. What do you think of this sidebin system and my 224 Valkyrie loading setup? Drop a comment. Make sure you're subscribed to GavinToobe because I'm giving away something every week. We got a lot of awesome content, a lot of 224 Valkyrie, a lot of loading content coming up, some really cool pistol stuff as well. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Again, stick around and make sure you're subscribed with notifications. Click on that little bell. Until next time, happy shooting and happy reloading.